I bet if you were to visit 3 different restaurants in the United States and ordered an Irish coffee, you would get 3 different variations of the same cocktail. Have you ever wondered which one is the tried and true traditional Irish coffee recipe? I'm Mary with ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a traditional Irish coffee. Typically, when you think of Irish traditions, the first thing that comes to mind stems centuries and centuries ago, so castles or Gaelic games. But when we're talking about Irish coffee, it's really under 100 years old. So before I get into the history of the Irish coffee, I feel like I need to give a little bit of a disclaimer. Whenever you're talking about cocktail history, things get naturally a little bit fuzzy, right? We're talking about cocktails after all. So there are tons of stories around each cocktail. But for this one in particular, it seems to be the consensus that it started in Limerick during World War II. It was actually invented at an air base where many prominent people came through on transatlantic flights, like celebrities or politicians. One evening, a flight went out and had to turn around halfway through its journey. The chef at the restaurant on base noticed that these people were extremely weathered and tired and cold, and so he decided to mix a little bit of Irish whiskey with coffee, and voila, you got the Irish coffee. So now I bet you're ready to actually make the recipe. Well, before I get to that part, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. So what's in this recipe? Well, believe it or not, you're not going to find any Irish cream in this concoction. If you go to a restaurant, sometimes they like to throw in Irish cream or liqueurs like Bailey's or Kahlua, but if you want to stick to the traditional recipe, you're going to want to follow these steps. For this recipe, you will need 4 ounces of hot coffee. You'll also need roughly 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, but this is really based on your preference. If you like it really sweet, use all of the sugar. If you like it less sweet, use less. Then you'll need 1.5 ounces of your favorite Irish whiskey. I chose the tried and true Jameson, but you can also use Old Tom Horan or Bushmills, whatever your preference is. And finally, you'll need heavy cream. No, not half and half, not milk, it has to be heavy cream. You will see why. So now that you have all of your ingredients, I'm going to show you how to assemble it. The first thing that you're going to want to do though is grab a glass mug. I like the ones that they make for Irish coffees because they have a stem on them, but any glass mug will do. Then you're going to want to take your brown sugar and add it to the bottom of your glass. You'll pour the hot coffee over that and stir until the sugar is completely dissolved. Then my favorite step, add your Irish whiskey. What really makes the Irish coffee so iconic is that layered cream on top. You don't want the cream to mix into the coffee. The trick is to pour some hot coffee over a spoon to heat it up. You can use that spoon to assist in pouring the cream, which helps keep the cream and coffee separate. You will know you made a successful Irish coffee if it somewhat resembles a little Guinness. So now that you know all about making a traditional Irish coffee, you can browse our wide selection of Irish whiskeys at abcfws.com, or you can visit us in person at an ABC Fine Wine and Spirits location near you. Sláinte!